course, it's Ian McCall, Uncle Creepy. We're actually talking about how not creepy he is. He always finds time to give me an interview. It's really weird with his extremely busy schedule, taking care of his daughter, and of course taking care of his girlfriend that most people don't realize. Well, you tell a story. Where are you right now?
So I'm at the doctor's office running my car because I don't want to talk to you while I'm at the doctor's office. And my girlfriend has epilepsy. You know, she has the grand mal seizures and everything. You know, we met a while back, and we're just friends.
Right.
Like, we were friends, and then we were like friends. You know, it's fucking light in my face. And then we were like, oh, so, I love you, kind of thing. Like, I guess you fall in love with your best friends, and I did. I was like, this fucking chick is really cool. But that's part of it. If you fall in love with someone who has a disease, you got to deal with it. You got to help them.
Yeah.
And like, I've seen people with seizure dogs. I am her seizure dog. Like I was just talking about this in the last interview I did like a few minutes ago. I have this weird urge to fix things.
Yep.
Like my girlfriend has epilepsy, my daughter has RA. Oh, and by the way, she came back from her last doctor's appointment. Doctor says she's perfect.
Your daughter?
My daughter, yeah.
Oh, awesome. That's fucking... All right, so you guys don't know that I stress over Ian's daughter because he spends so much time in trying to really take care of her, make sure she's the best food, the best life, the best everything, like way and above and beyond a normal dad's duties. And so I've always got to catch up whenever I talk to him about his daughter. So it's like a huge stress relief for me to know that she's doing okay. So
man, there's so many, like, she would have to say, a little girl has to go see fucking 10 doctors. That sucks. But they were all like, man, whatever you guys did, good job. She's good. Like, she's going to come back in 6 months, but usually you're at the doctor's once a month getting shots and shit like that. So that's a big stressor that's out of my life. And I shouldn't say it's out, but we just have a constant level of health that my daughter has to be at, but that's just life in general.
You really fixed it really just with diet, right? Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's just diet, right?
Diet, exercise, yeah.
And so what did you do diet-wise? Like what was the big... Because I know you got to follow the same plan because you don't want to eat crap around her because then that whole game, so...
Yeah, if I'm going to cheat on my diet, I have to leave my house.
Okay.
When she was first diagnosed, right away, all the research I did was gluten-free, sugar-free, and dairy-free.
Right.
She was those two for about 2 years. I'm not going to be the dad that freaks out when she goes to a birthday party and wants cake. You gotta live, but my daughter understands if you eat this crappy food, you're gonna feel like shit later.
Right.
Like, she's a highly intelligent little person, which I don't know how that happened, but she's really smart. It's weird. She's just turned 5. She's reading. Yeah. Like she's ahead of the curve. But the other day at the supermarket, like we just bought a house. And,
I didn't know that. When'd you buy the damn house?
San Clemente.
Wow. Jeez, dude, you're rocking and rolling.
Yeah, life is amazing. Life is really good. And she goes, Dad, I want a cheese pizza, because we were buying like our first trip to the grocery store, and I'm filling up the cart, and I'm like, well, baby, you don't. She goes, well, that one's gluten free.
Oh, like, man.
For one, how the fuck do you know? But she knows certain companies are gluten-free companies like that. I think it's Udis or Undis or whatever it is. She knows. She goes, that one's gluten-free. Get that one. And I was like, I fucking love you. You're such a good kid. Like, you're
That's
so
awesome. So is it basically a paleo diet or a vegan diet? Is that basically what you're?
I mean, yeah. Let's say if her disease came back real strong, I would probably have her doing like keto stuff.
Okay.
That seems to be working real well for a lot of diseases. I mean, for epilepsy, for autoimmune diseases, for a whole myriad of things. So I'd have to test it out. Once, if it does ever come back, I know what to do. I've been doing the Wim Hof breathing method.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I've luckily got in direct contact with Wim and with, the guys that help him run his program. So I'm getting like in-depth knowledge of it all, which is awesome. And sure, one day she's going to, it's a long ways away, but one day she's going to leave. She's going to be a grown up. I at least want to know in the back of my mind that I did everything I could to give her the tools in life to just feel better.
Yeah.
So, sure, this disease could never come back again. That would be awesome. But if it does, she needs to know how to deal with it. I want to be able to call her, to call me and go, Dad, my knees are killing me this morning. What should I do? I'm going to go, okay, well, put it on speakerphone. Let's do our breathing techniques, or let's do this, or let's do yoga, or whatever. So, it's interesting, and I want to start doing seminars. Like, I want to start doing mixed martial arts seminars, but that are all encompassing with warm up and stretching and yoga and breathing and.
See, I told you this a year ago. You need to be doing that.
Yes.
Like, you should have been doing this a long time ago, because the sport is becoming revolutionary. Like, obviously, Conor McGregor is the big talk right now. A movement coach, right? Everyone started making fun of go touch butt in the forest with your buddy, whatever, in the park. Well, it actually works. Like, that kind of stuff actually works. So it's coming together. Yeah. But you've even gone another step. You've gone even further than that. And I really think that I truly believe this. This is no hype. This is no butter on your balls. This is I really believe that the program that you have put together would benefit every single athlete in any single format anywhere in the world to make them become better athletes, but it also will help every single human being become a better human being. Depending on what the level of pain and suffering and the level of blockages within their bodies, like whatever it is, like depending on the level, you can find a way through it with your program. I really think you should. You got to get on track.
Yeah, that's my goal. Now that I'm 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu, I'm going to I'll start my seminars off with just doing 10th Planet places, because every 10th planet is interconnected and they work well together. So I'll start there. It's in the works. I think that if I could travel, once or twice a month, teach seminars, because I'm not going to be fighting for that long. Realistically, who knows how long it could be? I could get injured in this fight and never fight again.
Yeah.
But I want to do that traveling vagabond life where I can, I leave paradise to go work. I go teach a seminar or two some other place. I come home and I do my podcast and I coach. And just simple, Simple.
Well, not simple. Let's be honest. Like for us, it's simple because you have that mentality to be able to do it. Yeah. It's a hard task. It's hard getting that stuff put together.
Yeah, very much.
It's not like you woke up last week and decided to do all these new things. Yeah. And it's working. Like, you've been studying this for a long time. For as long as I've known you, before that even, you were already studying, trying to be up to date on all the medicine, all the medical, and you're doing it. Like, now it's happening.
Yeah, and even now, my co-host for my other podcast, I have 2 podcasts now, Eric Apple, he goes, man, it's cool to have, Jessie Jane, the porn star, or Terrell Owens, or Bill Goldberg on because he's doing WWE again.
Yeah.
But he goes, I want to have smart people on. I want to have, so first 2 people I bring on are Wim Hof's resident scientist, or resident science guy, yep. Casper, and then I brought on my other buddy who's a documentarian for Huntington's disease.
Oh yeah, okay.
But I'm bringing in like smart people, and just to hear these people talk and to hear the knowledge they have, and it's life changing. And I get to have a firsthand seat to watch it all.
What's the name of the podcast with you and Eric Apple?
That's called Two American Animals. It's everything is on the lineupmedia.fm little link, or it's on iTunes. But Two American Animals is that show, and that's more screwing around, talking shit, like fucking guessing. But then Storytime with Uncle Creepy, my first and original podcast, is in-depth stories from creative people, or people that have they have a story to tell.
And how often do you do the podcast? Once a week?
Yeah, I do both of them once a week. Okay. And eventually I want to start doing them more. I look at, like, obviously Joe Rogan. He's my mentor in all this. He's getting 40 million downloads a month. Yeah. 40 million. That's insane. And it just takes work. I got to keep consistent and keep it going, and just look at it as a job. And
the other thing too with Joe, of course, he's got a multitude of platforms. Fear Factor originally, Fear Factor again, UFC obviously. Plus he does all of his stand up. Like, he's got all these factors. So it's not just the podcast that created the 40 million. Him doing it. It's all the other stuff that all comes to fruition on that podcast. And really, with you fighting and you going around doing seminars and you doing stuff like that, like, it's gonna get you up. It's gonna get those numbers up for sure. Yeah. And that's the thing. The more, and I've noticed that even with my stuff, the more I travel different cities, the more I travel different places, even just to go hang out and just make an announcement, hey,
Yeah.
I'm just here eating dinner with my wife. Like, it doesn't really matter, but I'm there. People all of a sudden start paying attention because I'm in their hometown and they start following the stuff I'm doing. So yeah, for you, it'll be great. Like, for sure, it's going to be great. Like, absolutely amazing. So I want to go back to your girlfriend's epilepsy. Has she obviously she has grand mal, because you said it earlier.
Yeah.
Have you been by her during a grand mal?
Oh yeah, I the first grand mal was when we were leaving Las Vegas. She runs a charity, or helps run a charity called the One Step Closer Foundation, which is for cerebral palsy.
Oh, okay.
And we were in Vegas. They put on 2 big poker tournaments every year, and as we were leaving, it's sleep for her. It's mainly sleep based. I think food would be the second thing. We don't have much stress. I mean, honestly, our lives are very stress free. But sleep and food. I mean, and when she doesn't sleep and she starts acting like an asshole, I'm like, okay, you're gonna have a seizure. You get moody.
Yeah.
You know, and
now, when we were growing up, it was the whole put the wallet in their mouth so you don't bite their tongue off, and don't restrain them, but clear the path around them so that they can't bang into anything during their seizure.
Yeah.
What's the actual real stuff that you're supposed to do if somebody has a seizure in front of you?
You make sure they don't hit their head.
Okay.
Because, their brain, like my daughter says, your brain just shuts off.
Yeah.
And you just have to make sure that they don't hit their head, because if they hit their head, they have to go to the hospital. But if they don't, then they're fine.
How old is your girlfriend?
How
old is she?
37.
Has she had this her entire life? Has she been epileptic her entire life, or
since she was 21, I think?
Okay, so
she was wrestling. Yeah, she was wrestling in the WWF already. So yeah, she was about 21.
Okay, so little known fact that I was epileptic from the time I was born until I was about 8 years old.
Wow.
And it's no problems at all. I had couple small seizures. They're like, it's going to happen. Like, he's going to have a grand mal. So everyone was in panic mode in my family. And me in the middle of 7 boys, we're all rough and tumble.
Yeah.
She could never tell if they had just cracked me hard enough to knock me out, or if I was having a seizure. It was just one of those things. Then about 14, I had 2 grand mals within 3 months of each other. And then nothing again, ever. Like, nothing again, ever. And there was no, back then, because I'm old as shit, there wasn't really any medication. There wasn't really anything you could do. You just kind of dealt with it. And it's like, you got to know the signs. Back then, they were just starting to talk about having seizure dogs. It was just a conversation. It wasn't even a reality yet. So I was like, this is nuts. But yeah, it's crazy how really epilepsy is one of those things that comes on and can come on late, can come on early, can go away, can come back. And it's kind of like, you never know what's going to happen with it. So what's her overall diagnosis as far as overall quality of life? Everything's good, or is she like always having a battle?
Our quality of life is great. I mean, she had 1 seizure a year basically for 15 years. Then she fell over and hurt herself one time when we first started hanging out. They put her on medication, and they gave her a bunch more seizures. So she had a bunch of seizures within a few weeks or a month. And, like I said, I become the seizure dog. I've caught her midair, where I see a movement and I see her seizing, and I'm on her. My daughter's been amazing. Like, she saw one and she was just looked at me, and I'm like, Daddy, you're gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there on the verge of crying, and hers are the bad kind where she stops breathing.
Oh.
So I'm, I gotta pump her chest, and
Oh wow, you've had to do CPR on her before to keep her.
Yeah, twice.
Wow. Okay. Now, does she lose control of bodily functions as well? Okay, so and my knowledge is way off, but that's like it's like there's like stages, right, for the severity, and so she's severe, but she's not like, forget the term, she's not severe, but she's severe, right?
Yeah,
does that make sense? Okay.
I can't think of the name either. I know what you're saying though. She what is it? I can't think of the word.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so you're dealing with a sick daughter that's now healthy, thank God. Yes. You're dealing with a sick girlfriend, and you've got Neil Seery talking shit. Not really, but you got a fight coming up. So it's like you're dealing with all this stuff on a regular basis, still while trying to train for a huge fight for you because of all the ups and downs of all the training camps that fell apart and failed and everything else that's going on, and then you have to travel over to Ireland. So obviously your family's gonna take care of your daughter while you travel over to Ireland
Yeah.
for the fight. Is your girlfriend coming with you?
No.
Okay. So who takes care of her then when you're gone?
Therein lies the problem. We have a good group of friends. You know,
Okay.
I've already got it all set up. Like, you know, this person's here. My niece is living at my parents' house now, so she'll probably be over there a lot, and they can, you know, drive my car and do the whole thing. I mean,
Okay.
Well, I've got it all set up.
So we got to talk about Seery then. So you've got all this other stuff going on around your life every day. This is just like part of your typical. This is your daily routine.
Yes.
But then you've got to concentrate on Neil. How do you separate time to concentrate on Seery versus time to concentrate on your daughter?
It all becomes habitual. You know, feeding her properly and loving her and paying attention to her. It's not hard. I mean, realistically, I just have to give her attention and feed her what she needs to eat and make sure she gets exercise. You know, it's just the normal stuff that I would do if she was totally fine. I know it all sounds like a lot of stress, but I mean, my life is very stress free.
Okay.
And when it comes down to training, I go to the gym, I'm smiling, and I train my ass off, and it's just a fist fight. I know how to fight. You know, I took the time to get in shape, and it's easy, man. It's easy these days. I've tailored back my training, or my coaches have tailored back my training so much that it's become so much easier in my life.
Okay. So yeah, but with less train though, it becomes a harder problem to make weight. So how's your weight?
I manage that very well. I'm waking up at like 140 right now.
Okay, so week of you're gonna be what 35, 33?
Yeah.
Okay, so normal. That's not, you're not bad at all then at all.
No. I've got the weight. The weight cut comes down to diet. It's all about diet. How extended periods of diet. For me, fasting. You know, I'll eat from when I wake up, say 9 in the morning, till 7 at night. I'll cram in 5 or 6 meals, and then I don't eat after that until the next morning. And that sheds body weight like fat like crazy.
I've heard that too. The other thing that I've heard now too is that people do that, but then right when they get up, they go do like a half hour or 45 minutes of cardio, and then have breakfast. So you get them to do morning cardio. Fasted cardio is essentially what they call it. You do that as well?
No, I get because I don't run. I haven't ran since high school, but you know. Oh, speaking of my girlfriend, hi baby. So I do all my breathing exercises in the morning before I get out of bed, and that's all.
And then get up and eat, and then 6 meals in 10 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk. I know your girl's in the car. I know you want to get out of there. So let's talk about Neil real quick. How hard was it to get ready? You said fighting is easy. They've cut back on your training sessions, but how hard was it to come with a game plan specifically for Seery?
Easy. My team and coaches work really well as a whole. And if one person has a fight, everyone else watches tape. You know, everyone else puts in their 2 cents and kind of, you know, does their thing because we're a team. We like to win.
I'm just a stupid question. I already know the answer. It's not you're gonna be the underdog you're going to his home place. If you're going to Ireland, he's an Irish guy. You could go in there. It's not gonna bother you to be the booed guy walking in.
No, I don't mind. I can barely understand what they're saying anyways.
Nice. Now, one more question before I let you out of here. Your fight's on the 19th.
Yes.
Obviously, UFC 205 is on the 12th.
Yes.
The biggest card ever. You're the next weekend. More people will watch your fight, or less people will watch your fight because of 205?
More, because of Connor.
All comes to Connor.
He brings in the numbers, so, you know, good on him. Thank you, Connor.
Yeah, right?
Hail, right?
yeah, right? Like, hey, it's red penny night for everybody. Every time he fights, like the surrounding month, when he fights 2 or 3 weeks on either end, so about 6 weeks of either end of him fighting, if you fight in that time, you've got more eyeballs because people think he's fighting. Like 2 weeks ago, they thought it was fighting, so they're watching just because they thought he was on the card. Then they see the advertising. No, it's in 2 weeks. Like, oh crap, okay, I'll buy again. So
Exactly.
That's the game. So, Ian, thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it, especially in between doctor's appointments, man. So happy for you. So proud that things are going so well with your daughter. I mean, it's amazing.
Thank you.
Have fun the rest of this training camp, man. Good luck, and we'll talk after the fight's over.
Sounds good, man.
Take care.
Yeah.